it's a pretty scary time for me in terms of my content creation career, because I've made the decision in the past week or so that has the potential to really change the trajectory of what it is that I'm going to do. And that is scary, but it's that good kind of scary where you're like, this is something that has the potential to be exciting regardless of the risk that's associated with it. First of all, nothing's going to fundamentally change in terms of the content that I produce. The Charm Diaries, the TikTok content, the gaming content, the YouTube content, it's all going to remain as it is, but I will be taking a portion of my time to build out something that I think is incredibly exciting for all of the creators and gamers in the UK. You guys will probably know by now that the Insomnia Gaming Festival, which will run for about 10 years, I think, unfortunately, the company that ran that event is no longer in existence. My first Insomnia was in March, and whilst I was there, I got taken under the wing of a content creator called Callan. You probably know her, most of you. And I was just there as the ticket holder. I wasn't a creator there. I was just a general punter, and I knew Callan in passing because I'd been part of her community, subbed to her channel, was often in there chatting. She had very graciously agreed to come on my podcast as one of the very first guests. But she didn't really know me in any depth from anyone else. You know, as far as she was concerned, I was a fan. And I bumped into her at the event, and she said to me, look, you're a creator, come and hang out with us this evening. We're going to go to the casino. There's an event on in the evening, and we're going to go to the casino. I'll introduce you to a bunch of creators, a bunch of brands, and, you know, make sure that you are looked after. And her and her partner, Colin, both just really made the effort to look after me during that event, and there was absolutely no benefit to them whatsoever. And it kind of opened my eyes to this really vibrant community of creators that existed in the country, and Insomnia was kind of the spiritual home for so many of them. Now the September event, which I was hoping to be my next Insomnia event, never happened because the company went into liquidation. And when the news about the struggles the company was having happened, and over the past week or so, my whole feed across Twitter was people talking about the experiences that they'd had at Insomnia and how sad they were that it had ended. And it got me thinking. In my last video, I talked about the fact that part of what I was trying to do is understand where the desire lines were in the content creation gaming space. For those of you who don't know, desire lines are if you're walking through a park along the path, and then you see a path that's been carved out across a field that isn't part of the actual design of the park, but you know, the people who use the park carve it out themselves because it's a more efficient route, it's a more interesting route. It's, you know, there's many reasons that happens, but ultimately enough people walk along that same path to carve out these brand new paths that were never intended by the original designers. Those are desire lines. When you're searching for desire lines in any business, what you're essentially doing is saying, what is it that people are searching for that isn't being delivered to them yet? What problems do people have that are yet to be solved? Now, when I look at Insomnia, when I was there, it was incredibly busy, and the aftermath of Insomnia ending, there is a clear need for an event like that in and around Birmingham. Birmingham is my local area, so I'm incredibly lucky to be so close. And it doesn't exist anymore. And my old profession, my old career popped up in my head. I was a marketer by trade, and I did that for about 15 years and got quite good at it in the end. One of the things that you get from that is the ability to spot these opportunities. But what was interesting to me wasn't that there was an opportunity for a gaming event and there's an opportunity to make money, both of which are true. The interesting thing for me was that Insomnia felt almost like a spiritual home to gamers in the UK, more so than many of the other events in the UK. it wasn't just that they got to go and see indie developers, to see the Just Dance competition, to see the events that were on, to see games, to see merchants. It wasn't that they were sad about. It was the fact that they'd had all these experiences there. They'd connected with new people. They had discovered new games. They had discovered new interests. They'd discovered all these things that they didn't know were possible until that event created an environment where they realised it was possible. I saw some people talking about, they wouldn't have had the confidence to cosplay if it wasn't for Insomnia. They wouldn't have had the confidence to become a streamer or a creator if it wasn't for Insomnia. And my vision as a content creator, something that I wrote down, was that I want to create a gaming community that everyone loves to be a part of. So this gap now that we've all got on our calendars for Insomnia feels like an opportunity to create something that everyone loves to be a part of. And look, I'm not under any illusion that Insomnia was perfect, but it did feel like there was something beyond gaming that people got from it. They found a community of like-minded people where there was no judgment, there was no, oh, you game, oh, you make videos on the internet, oh, you dress up like video game characters. There was none of that. People could go there and be authentically themselves, talk about their passion, and everyone there was of the same mind. Everyone there was very like-minded. I was sad to see it go, and I'd only been to one event, and I'm sure there's people who have been to many, many Insomnia events, and they were sad to see it go. For me, it felt like it was the start of something in my content creation career, and it ended way too quickly. So look, over the past couple of weeks, after seeing all these messages, I decided that not only is there a space and an opportunity for a gaming event in Birmingham, there is a requirement for it. People need it. People get so much value from it. I don't know the ins and outs of why the company that ran Insomnia went out of business. Businesses are complex. There's lots of other investments going on. COVID was very challenging for in-person events. There's lots and lots of reasons about why that might happen. I'm not here to judge why that business is no longer in existence. What I do know and what I believe is that there is a way to create a sustainable and long-lasting gaming event that has its home in Birmingham. And that's what I plan to do. I want to take all the things that people loved about Insomnia and recreate it. And I want to take all of the things that people didn't like about Insomnia and reinvent it. But I don't just want to do this on my own. I have great experience in marketing. I know that I can sell tickets. I know that I can get it in front of people. And I know there is a market for it in Birmingham because I saw it firsthand. I have the experience to see that the event was busy and that there was lots of opportunity there from brands getting involved, from merchants getting involved, and from gamers, cosplayers, esports people. There's so much going on there, even outside of the creator community. So I know I can do that. I don't have huge amounts of experience in the event space. I've done bits of that. But what I do have is the connections in the industry, not the gaming industry, but within marketing, to pull on people who do have experience in running events. I don't have huge amounts of capital. I don't have huge amounts of connections within the industry. That's getting better, but it's still there. There's lots of things that are going against me, but there is an innate urge in me to build something that we all love and we can all be proud of. And I don't want to do it on my own, I want to do it with your help. And by your help, what I mean is I want you all to have input in what this event looks like. What do we call it? What do we have there? Who do we have performing? Who do we invite from the development industry? Who do we invite from the brand industry? Do we want publishers there? Do we want merchants there? What do we want this to look like? What do you want to eat and drink there? There's all of these things, all of these questions that need to be answered that scare me half to death, but fill me with so much excitement because I know that it's going to serve the gaming community and serve the creator community in the best possible way. Is there money to be made there? Probably. But that's not the core of why I'm doing it. In marketing, there's a guy called Simon Sinek, and he has this book called Start With Why. And that's all about having a core purpose, core vision to your business. And I go back to my vision as a creator to create a gaming community that everyone loves to be a part of. And that is absolutely going to be reflected in what this event is. I want to create an environment where gamers, creators, developers, designers, merchants can all flourish, can all have a space to be authentically themselves and to meet like-minded people. Those are the things that I think people got out of Insomnia more than anything else. It's the people aspect that everyone misses, not the gaming aspect. The gaming and that side of stuff is all amazing. Getting to experience those things is amazing. But it's the people and the experiences and the opportunities that I think people miss. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be creating this brand new gaming event. I've got a form down below for people to register their interest. So if you want to be part of it, whether you're a brand, whether you're a gamer, content creator, no matter who you are in that space, if Insomnia was of interest to you, then you can register your interest. Now, I'm not selling any tickets or anything at the moment. I'm just saying, would you be interested in attending an event like this? If the answer to that is yes, then please do go and fill that form in. You can either click it on the link down below, or you can go to charmthegamer.com and scroll down and you see the link to the form there. Very, very simple questions on there. Nothing too in-depth. I'm not asking for your national insurance number or anything. Just email address, name, gamer tags, and what category you put yourself in terms of gamer, creator, etc., etc. So if that is of interest to you, if you want to be part of something that will hopefully become a legacy, will be ongoing, and year on year we have a space to go be authentically ourselves, to meet new people, to have great experiences, and to do that all under the sphere of gaming, then that's what I'm doing. I'm already going to go into meetings this week with people. I've reached out to a bunch of other people. I know there are other people from the Insomnia space that are creating events, and I'll wish them the absolute best of luck. I try to approach this stuff from a place of abundance. There is enough room for everyone. And I'm sure what they produce will be different and unique and, you know, have its own vibe compared to me. I'm looking at putting on the event somewhere between March and June next year. I need enough time to be able to plan it. I need enough time to be able to reach out to people and say, you know, this is what I'm looking at doing. Do you want to be involved? You know, I need to raise money to get the initial investments. I need to find venues. There's lots of stuff to be done, but I want you guys to know I'm starting that process now, and I want you to be a part of it. The people who register their interest early, I'm going to make sure that those early supporters, those early adopters, if you're buying tickets, have early access to that and discounts for that. I'm going to make sure that the creators are the first people I go to dish out creator passes, and the brands that register themselves on there will be the first people I'll be talking to as to how they want to get involved and what they want to get out of it. So look, I'm taking suggestions, I'm taking meetings, I am taking it seriously. Next year, we're going to have a brand new event that is a sacred and special and spiritual home for gamers in the UK, and I want you to be there. I'm not saying we're going to rent out the NEC from day one and we're all going to be gathered around at the casino, but what I can tell you is that the core value of the event is going to be to build a gaming community that everyone loves to be a part of. Make sure you sign up on the form below. If you haven't already, hit subscribe on here. I'm going to be documenting and publishing my journey in terms of creating this new event. Register for the event, subscribe now, and I'll see you on the next one.